attendees from over 20 countries, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Supply Chain Partners Virtual Summit 2023. I'm Dr. Sharon Grant, the founder of Supply Chain Partners. I'd now like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Dr. 𝗤𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗓, a faculty member at Academy Global.
Thank you, Sharon. Academy Global is proud to support Supply Chain Partners Virtual Summit as a Master of Ceremonies sponsor. We wish you a wonderful experience today so that you can walk away with actionable insights, new learnings, and new connections to build lasting relationships. I'd now like to introduce our keynote speaker, 𝗤𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗓. Kārta is the Executive Director and Board Member at 𝗦𝗨𝗘𝗔𝗓 Solutions and Operating Partner at Armitage Associates Private Equity. Please welcome our keynote speaker, 𝗤𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗓.
Thanks for that great introduction, Tillman. That was fantastic. And a big thanks to Sharon for pulling all this together. It's really a lot of work, and that list of partnerships, it might have been shorter just to say who's not a partner. So we have a lot of partners. That was great. So if we move to the topic, the beautiful dilemma, this kind of came from something that I thought of that happened many years ago. It was an executive for a company we were working with. And he came in and said, what's the best supply chain? So then we move to the fourth question. So again, if I'll step back through these. So one is, what industry supply chain am I in and what are the characteristics? Then what does my customer expect? And then how do I understand the supply chain attributes around that in designing the supply chain? How do I make their lives better? Again, it's by delivering exceptionally well and consistently. And then how do I know I'm healthy? Well, I know I'm healthy if market share, growth, and revenue are increasing, for example.
We'd now like to introduce session 1, technology panel discussions, top strategic supply chain and logistics technology trends.
Great, thank you very much. And welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. We live in interesting times, don't we, in supply chain? My big question is, how can technology help us manage this?
Technology transformation kind of comes in waves of about every sort of 10 years. And I think what we're experiencing at the moment is the move to cloud and cloud-based solutions. You know, if you kind of think about the world that was once upon a time, it was green screen computers.
But what we're seeing from our customers is a cautious approach to optimizing their operational performance and mostly about reducing the noise.
So I think that's where we're seeing a really big focus currently in the domestic logistics market, trying to really focus on what data points they have and what they can do to streamline and optimize their delivery chains.
And the main trend to the actual supply chain. So many pieces of technology need to come together in the cloud, protected, and then have a visibility and not working in the silos.
So DC automation, I mean, obviously that's been coming in quite strongly for the past few years, driven a lot by the online fulfillment. And secondly, just scale. So looking at like Coles and Woolies, some of the regional DCs and the automation that's been put there, supply chain integration becomes really important.
We're now moving on to session 2. Turning market data points into actionable hiring decisions.
So, when we talk to our customers about finding talent, it's not just about posting jobs up on job boards. You really need to focus on how we're attracting talent and how you position yourself as an employer the right way with the right connections, going through your own internal network and things of that nature. So it can be really challenging.
We would like to introduce session 3, unlocking business intelligence, navigating the pitfalls to success.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Warren. I'm the CEO of 𝗬𝗘𝗢𝗪𝗓. We're a supply chain improvement and consultancy company. In this presentation, I am going to segregate the presentation to 3 particular areas. We need to understand and dig down and find out what those issues are that are impacting the final product. Is it quality? Is it performance? Is it the process? Where is that breakdown?
Yeah, session 4, liability exclusions by freight carriers to be outlawed in Australia.
Guys, Simon and I are here to let you know a little bit more about some impending changes that are coming to the transport industry based on the legislation. We're going to have a bit of fun here. Let us illustrate what currently happens in Australia.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hey Simon, great to hear from you, mate. What's happening?
Hey JB, yeah, we moved some freight with your company and they derived damage.
So the changes that are coming into place, you as a bigger business when engaging with a smaller consumer cannot have unfair contract terms
We'd now like to introduce session 5, Unleashing Change Management for Supply Chain Success.
Good afternoon. This is 𝗤𝗕𝗢𝗓𝗓. My book, titled as Fundamentals of Logistics Outsourcing, will be available on Kindle and Amazon by this weekend. This is the topic. Transformation and change management core objective is to build resilient supply chain, which is crucial as global supply chain evolve. This is the process I follow for supply chain optimization.
Session 6 is on using supply chain intelligence to transform compliance into profit.
Hi everybody, my name's Steve Early from Trace Supply Chain Intelligence. So a lot of the compliances that we're looking at, the common ones is around Modern Slavery Act, which is legislated here in Australia. Trace Supply Chain Intelligence, what we do is we look at a client's supply chain and then we identify ways in which they can improve their margins, but at the same time, a byproduct of that it would be compliance. So what we do is just everything I've spoken around before gives you a sustainability tracker indication.
Session 7, the change code, transforming burned out leaders into change experts.
Thank you everybody for being so welcoming in the breakout sessions and everything today. Now, so sometimes it can feel difficult to know which are the next best steps to take. The societal code, we're going to cover that. Building your change code, reframing what's wrong and focusing on what's strong. But it's deeply embedded into our culture and often we don't question it, even when it creates real difficulties for workplaces, teams, families, relationships. It is then about breaking the gender code, so it's a starting point, but then it's about creating your own unique code for women, men, everyone.
Session 8, which is on supply chain digital transformation, battlefield tales.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Right, so we'll go through these points. Let's start with why digitalization can be so hard. One of the accounts payable clerks, without telling anyone, still receive paper invoices from one supplier. So their supply chains have to be mean, lean and green.
Well, we're at a point where we realised we couldn't grow the business without digitalising. It was a big step for the firm in terms of a first cloud platform. But really, where I see the biggest problem in a project really is around the stakeholders and particularly around the change management piece.
Thank you for attending Supply Chain Partners Virtual Summit August 2023. We sincerely thank all attendees and our valued sponsors, partners and speakers for your incredible support. Supply Chain Partners Virtual Summit is now closed.
Thanks, Sharon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks all. Bye.